Welcome to the road not taken.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. Welcome to my review for the first episode of Star Trek Picard Season 2. Now, the first season of Picard, I covered on the channel. I reviewed, I seem to remember, all the episodes. And it was... There are aspects of the first season that I thought were good. Really, brought back those memories of when Star Trek was great. And there are other aspects of the first season of Star Trek Picard that were lackluster at best. I think it was not what I think a lot of Star Trek fans wanted from the first season of Star Trek Picard. And occasionally it gave you that Star Trek hit that you wanted. So Star Trek Picard Season 2, I think it's fair to say I was not particularly excited for. However, I've watched the first episode now, and the first episode is called The Stargazer. Now, I'll be honest, I think the first 30 minutes or so of this episode I thought was... well, maybe not 30 minutes, but chunks of this episode I thought lacked direction, I suppose is a fair thing to say. I had no idea what the point of the episode was, or what direction this season was going in. It took a while to get going. It was focusing on Picard on Earth, on his farm, making wine and flirting with someone that worked on his wine distillery thing with him, and he goes to see Guinan to find out, and talking about his life and his love and this like sky gazing at the stars and all this kind of twaddle, really. And then there's like this space anomaly, and this space anomaly, when it's been decoded, sort of thing, it's essentially calling out for Picard. So Starfleet go to Picard and ask him to go out as an ambassador, if you like, because he's back in Starfleet now. He's an admiral. To head out to this anomaly with his old crew, from the first season. However, he's got his own command now. Rios has got his own command, so there's a lot of familiar faces there, including 7 of 9, all this kind of stuff. And it turns out this anomaly is a familiar adversary. If you see the trailer, you'll know it's the Borg. And then it kind of twists it on its head, and we are reintroduced to Q. In my opinion, one of the greatest villains, adversaries, whatever you want to call him, of the TV show. And criminally, we never got to see him in any of the movies, which I just thought was a real shame. Easily one of the best things in The Next Generation was Q. You saw him in the very, very first episode, Encounter at Farpoint, and he popped up in some of the best episodes in The Next Generation. Well, he's back, and he is essentially going to send Picard and the rest of their crew on this journey throughout this season. Where it's going to head, I'm not really sure. So, like I say, I thought large chunks of this first episode really lacked direction for me, and the first, I don't know how long it was, but I do remember thinking to myself a couple of times, what are we doing here? What direction are we going in? It just felt too comfortable, and it was very, very slow. We don't need long introductions to Picard. We know who Picard is. Okay, we get he's getting on a bit now, and he's searching his soul for answers on this, that, and the other. Okay, but this is Picard at the end of the day. He kicks ass, and he just doesn't mess about. And it does feel like this show, to some degree, is taking the steel and the bite out of Picard. It feels like a frail version of the Picard we know and love, and I'm not sure I like how they portray him in this show. I mean, I know Patrick Stewart is definitely, let's be honest, he's an old man now, and it's very, very evident when you watch the show. Even in the way he speaks, he even sounds very old now. He's obviously struggling a little bit. But still, this is Picard. He can still be that badass Picard that we all know and love. I'm not sure we really ever got to see that in season 1. I really hope we get to see that in season 2, because Q's one of his greatest adversaries, and obviously we know his history with the Borg. So surely those are two things that are really going to get the passion and the blood flowing in Picard this season. Let's hope so. But I'm going to give this episode a 7 out of 10. I don't think it was a bad start to the season. It finished on a high, but the first half of the episode I really had a little bit of a struggle with in regards to the pace of it. So I'm not sure I'm going to review every episode of Picard when it's released, but we'll probably maybe watch all the episodes and give you a review of my thoughts on the season overall when the season has finished. But let me know in the comments if you've seen the first episode, what your thoughts are. And of course, guys, I'll be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.